Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Libra. Please keep in mind, this is a general reading and it's also timeless. So this can be in relation to events that's already taken place in your recent past, things that are playing out currently for you, or things that may come up in your near future or even further beyond. However, I do feel you'll receive this message at a time where you need to hear the insights, right? To receive those insights. So in regards to the spread, I'll be pulling one card from each of the three oracle decks I have here. So we'll start with the Dark Mirror deck, we'll then get one from the Angelarian and another one from the Moonology. To wrap up the reading, to get further clarity and insight into the situation, we will pull some cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot. So Libra, let's take a look. So while I'm shuffling for you, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. It means a lot to have your continued support, so thank you so much for being a part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when your readings go up on the channel next. If you would like a personal reading with myself, you can find the information in the description box below, as well as the link for my Patreon if you would like to become a member. That's where you'll have access to exclusive tarot readings you won't find anywhere else, as well as spiritual guidance videos and more, so check it out. Okay. Wow, really? Okay. So it's just funny because I got this same card for Gemini just now. I literally did Gemini's reading just before, and I've shuffled these cards a few times, so it's interesting that this came out for you as well. So you could have Gemini in your chart, or you could be dealing with one. But I feel like with Alone in the World, right, it's a case of I feel like you're kind of walking a solitary path at this point. Perhaps because of your environment, right? There's not like-minded individuals or people that you feel spiritually connected to at this time, in close proximity towards you, in close proximity of you. So you may feel a little bit alone, feel a bit kind of, lonely in a way, because you don't have that community to bounce off of, right? You don't have someone nearby that you can really just spend time with and engage in the kind of conversations that you want to have, because you feel like they don't match the same kind of energy or mindset as you. So you're feeling like, you have to kind of keep these things to yourself and just share them when the opportunity arises. So, I feel, you're feeling a little bit kind of, like you're in a solitary confinement at this time. Not as heavy as that, but you're just feeling a bit alone in it all. That's what I'm getting. Like, you feel a bit alone in this knowledge, right? Which is totally understandable. A lot of people, especially when they're, in the beginning of their spiritual journey or in the midst of it, there are times where you can feel very alone. It can feel somewhat isolating, right? When you don't have that support network around you and people don't have even remotely a similar kind of mindset or outlook as you do, right? It's not easy. That perhaps you'll be connecting with people of like minds, sooner than you think, right? That could be coming up very soon for you, especially because we just have here Sandalphon, Angel of New Life, that came out from the Angelarian deck, right? So that's the twin energy. So again, you could be dealing with a Gemini, so perhaps you were feeling vulnerable because, you felt like you didn't have anyone to talk to about the things you're experiencing. And then you make this connection and you realize that you're both kind of feeling in a similar way, slightly different reasons, but you're both kind of feeling like that in your own way. And then by having these conversations, by having that kind of spiritual connection, it's really allowing you to flourish and step into your role. It's allowing you to express yourself in new, exciting, and creative ways. It's giving you the confidence to not hold back and to go full steam ahead towards the path that you are taking. So I feel like at this time, you're being a great support and a source of inspiration to each other. And perhaps if you are dealing with a Gemini, right? If you are having these kind of conversations with a Gemini, Perhaps you are further down the path than this person is, because what I saw was that this person was just starting their journey. It was like going through a dark night of the soul type period, where now they're starting to have these spiritual awakenings and epiphanies, right? So I feel like, you know, you may be a very strong, sturdy support system to this person because you've already been through it, and they are just delighted to have connected with you because you understand them, right? And as such, you also feel understood. So it's a very beautiful connection that's formed through this mutual understanding, this give and take, you know, effortless communication. I really like that. So let's see what the booklet has to say. If you feel like you haven't met this person yet, you haven't had those kind of conversations, I feel like that is coming up for you very soon. So if you have been feeling very isolated, very alone, that will soon change, okay? So I'm just going to get the signs for this card here for Sandalphon. So the signs for this energy are a wheel within a wheel, a child, a spiral, okay? So a wheel within a wheel, a child, or a spiral. So any of those signs can come up in your environment that are attached to some synchronistic events, whereby there could be a deeper message or meaning behind it that's coming directly from the divine to provide this confirmation or assistance, right? So awesome. Okay, so let's go over to the Moonology deck now and see what's coming up here for you. What other guidance we can get and messages of support to help you at this time. I feel like, no, that's too many. So anyway, Libra, the card you have here is don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. So you could be dealing with a Leo as well, because we have this fiery kind of energy here. You could have Leo in your chart, but regardless, I feel like it's saying, listen, there is a beautiful connection here. Whether it doesn't matter if it's romantic or platonic, right? The reality is there's a beautiful connection here where you're supporting one another. You're able to build this sense of community through each other, right? As long as you don't let your pride get in the way. Because yeah, it's not easy putting yourself out on a limb and being like, hey, like, we should spend more time together, we should communicate more, or, you know, I'd really like to get closer to you in some way, you know. It's not easy putting yourself out there like that, but I feel like at this point you're feeling the urge to connect more, right, with this person, because there is a certain depth already at play when it comes to the connection. If you haven't met this person yet, you will feel that, I feel, right, with this card. The important thing is, again, that you don't sabotage the connection simply because you feel you're further down the path than this person is, or you know, you want to prove something to them, right? You don't have anything to prove. You just have to be open and transparent and kind and just, you know, talk openly with this person, right? See them as your equal, even if you are further down the path than they are. Okay, so let's go over to the tarot deck now and see what we can reveal here. Oh, this is interesting. We've got the Ace of Cups here and the Queen of Swords. So that's your energy, and there is some form of unconditional love coming in very strongly for you at this time. So this connection could start off very platonic and end up becoming something more, possibly. Okay. But either way, I feel like you're going to have a deep love and mutual respect for one another, because of the energy you both bring, because you support one another, because you understand each other. You know, it's just a very beautiful connection. Okay. So just don't let your fear get the better of you, okay? Because that can be the thing that, or your ego, right? Because that can sabotage it as well. So as long as you keep those two things in check, all will be well. Need to shuffle again. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was about to take the card, but it just did not feel right, so I had to keep going. Okay. Wow, okay, now I know why. So the first card you have is the Emperor. The Emperor is Aries energy, okay? So you could be dealing with an Aries, or you have a lot of fire in your chart. But I feel like, yeah, it's a case of you are stepping into this energy of someone who is very self-aware, that's self-sufficient, that has the ability to manifest abundance, that creates, firm foundations wherever they go. They are highly respected. They're they feel understood. They feel like they are a good support system, right, for the community that they have. So I feel like you and this person may become form an alliance and become key members, leaders of a new community, right? Based upon whatever your mutual interests are, whatever common ground you have, you may form a community based upon those principles. And I feel like you're going to play a significant role in that, right? You are going to be a leader in that. So that's awesome. Okay, the next card you have is the Father of Wands. So that's King of Wands in reverse, fire energy. Again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, lots of fire. So yeah, again, it's about keeping your ego in check. Don't let it get the better of you, because that's how you self-sabotage, and it becomes about a self-serving energy rather than a team project, or coming from a humble space where you're there to serve the collective, right? So you're just going to make sure you keep that in check, because otherwise, if you allow your ego to get the better of you, it can lead you to making some poor choices, especially when it comes to the type of connections you form, how you communicate with people, just general demeanor and attitude and behavior towards people. So it's important to be aware of that. The next card you have is the World card in reverse. So yeah, I feel like there's something that needs to close out first. Again, I feel like there is some like alchemization that needs to take place, a recalibration of the ego. So it's possible that you and the person that you're dealing with are going to experience an ego death around the same time. So that's interesting, right? But I feel like, yeah, there's certain things that need closing out first, right? Before you can step into this new energy of, let's build a community, right? So there's maybe certain obstacles or blockages, right, energetically, that need to be cleared up first, especially because you have the Four of Wands, okay? So in order to get to the Four of Wands state where, two people are in alignment and building something for, the long term, right? Something with longevity. To get to that point, you need to be, literally radiating the same frequency as what it is you're trying to attract. So that's where I feel like if you want this kind of humble environment that's very positive, that's nurturing, that's very abundant, but very, peaceful and ascendant and just quite low key with it, then you need to be that yourself, right? So that's pretty much what's being communicated there. You have to embody the very thing that you're seeking. So that's why I feel like there is a bit of processing and introspection, alchemization taking place for you. But then as a potential outcome here, you have the Empress in reverse. So you have the Emperor and the Empress. Again, this connection is significant. It could end up leading towards not just the building of a spiritual community, but it could also lead towards possibly a relationship, a marriage, something long-term. We've got long-term energy here, so amazing. But I feel like the reason why the Empress is in reverse as the potential outcome is because you are getting to a point where you're ready to start sowing the seeds. You're not there yet, but it's coming up very fast. So you're having to close out certain cycles first. You're having to do some inner work, some processing, healing, right? Releasing, getting yourself to the right mindset, right? So that you can sow your seeds with the best intentions, with positive energy attached, and you can really see them flourish, right? So that's what I'm getting for you as the potential outcome. Amazing. So I really hope this helped anyway, Libra. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And don't forget the notifications bell. And yeah, like I know that was pretty straight to the point, but I feel like the message is very loud and clear and very direct, that you just need to do some inner work, you know, allow your ego to be recalibrated, right? I feel like the divine is assisting with that, right? So don't fight against that process, especially if you are going through a bit of an ego death. And then you'll be ready to close out the cycle and move towards this stable, abundant new beginning. So that's awesome, Libra. I really hope that this gives you some peace of mind. But for now, sending you all the best, sending you lots of love, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.